For the guys that I was chatting with at lunch, thank you. All I got is thank you. Those are the moments that I like talking coaching. I love talking people. I love just kind of bouncing things off of each other. I talked to these guys a little bit before the break. And my conversation was the same with them as it will be with my kids when I see them on Monday night. Same exact statements. I just need you to be the best you. That's all I need. And I was talking to Scott, and I said one of the things I really believe in. We're really a confused lot as coaches. Selfish gets a really bad rap. What's the old shirt, there's no I in team? That's so wrong. That is so wrong because there's a hell of a lot of I in team. If you had a little girl playing for your team that said, I want to be an All-American, I want to win a national championship, I want a college scholarship, we would celebrate that little girl, yes, as a very goal-oriented and driven individual. That's true. But she said I 3 times. And some people would go, that's selfish. Selfish doesn't hurt you. Self-centered kills you. When I value me more than you, when I take what I'm doing is more important than what you need, when I have no idea what servant leadership, that's self-centered. Selfish is a good thing from the standpoint, we want people to be motivated. And so what I tell my guys at the start of every season starts the same way. And I will say it on Monday night. I need you to become the best version of you. I need you to maximize your potential. You do you, baby. You do you. You do you as well as you can humanly do you. And if I'm as good as I say I am, at the end of the season, I will tie all of you together and make an us. And what occurs oftentimes is buy-in. Because you got to think about this. We take a team picture. Right here. I take a picture of you 4 guys, right? Take a picture of you guys. And those pictures come back. Who is the first person you look at? You. You look at you. It is easy to buy into me. It is hard to buy into we. The first person you will always look at in a picture is you. Or my eyes closed. Why was I smiling so stupid? Why didn't anybody tell me I had celery, a lettuce in my teeth? Yeah, right? Make it about them because it is about them. Those are the things I want you to think about as we go forward that are not volleyball oriented. They're life oriented, but they're coaching oriented. You make it about them, their buy-in is much stronger. And if you can find a way to tie everybody together, then we call those championships. That's how it works. But that's the way the world goes, and people want to be valued. They do. There was a day when, out of all the old coaches, I'm going to lose about half my audience here. Out of all the old coaches, the only old coach that would still exist today is John Wooden. Bear Bryant, gone. Lombardi, gone. Woody Hayes, gone. Can't do it. Jerry Tarkanian, gone. Can't do it. John Wooden would be the only coach that could still exist because he understood ethics, character, and value. And he preached those over everything else. And so at the end of the day, you need to think that way. So let that guide you. It doesn't matter how much you know, but it does matter how much you care. Practice, feast, or famine. I thoroughly believe in this. I've done entire clinics on this item. So, I'm very passionate about it, and I was raised in the right way. And so I need you to think a little differently. If you see it, the first thing, I saw a great shirt. I was in a grocery store the other day, and the lady in front of me had a shirt on. It said, when was the last time you did something for the first time? And I love the quote. Then I realized it was a Heineken shirt, and I thought, well, that's it. I said, all right, I've had a couple of Heineken, so I can't say that works. So when was the last time you did something for the first time? Think about that. Think about that. We get so stuck in our ways. You're going, well, the guy comes from the Midwest, says that, screw that. I'm not saying that everything's the gospel. I'm saying steal enough to make it work. I've been to a billion clinics. I think the great clinics, if I come out of a clinic with one one reasonably good thought, something that makes me inquisitive, and one drill, I think is the best damn clinic ever. When I was young, all I did clinics for was to steal drills. I needed drills, baby. I need drills. And I would come back with all these squiggles, and none of it made sense. It was really before video. And I'd have, it looked like what my freshman biology notes looked like. Just, what the hell is that? But I'd get notes, and I'd come in and I would regale my team with new drills. You know, it's like, that's it. That's why the McRib always comes back at McDonald's. You gotta have something. So I'd bring something back every time, drills. Then I became a guy, I evolved from a drill stiller to a drill inventor. You Google it, you'll see it. You know, one little girl, if there's a drill named after you, it's not usually complimentary. It meant that you sucked at something and I had to make a drill. There's a little girl, you can Google it, Cranda drill, Kranda. Cranda, Brooke Cranda was the worst drop-off defender I'd ever coached in my life. So I made a drill for her. And in this drill, I openly talked why it's called the Cranda drill. And she said, Mike, do you realize 85,000 people know me because of that drill? Well, she went to Michigan State, she had a great career, she played pro. It's not like I killed her, but it was true. Cranda drill, you know, and you're looking, and so do things. Think outside the box, but think like I said, steal drills today, make drills tomorrow, and at the later years of your coaching will all be about organization and motivation. When I first started, when I was these guys, I was stealing drills like a mug. Then I started lying and saying they were mine. Then I evolved into the next sector, and I was starting to build my own drills to work on my own deficiencies. Then I evolved into motivation, organization, and how people speak and how people lead. When was the last time you did something for the first time? If you're constantly doing what you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always got. That's true. That's true. And I think we gotta think differently. And I love this shirt. I wish it wasn't on the back of a Heineken shirt, but that's fine. Rules of the first 10 minutes. The first hour of the morning is the rudder of the day. That's a Henry Ward Beecher quote. The first hour of the morning is the rudder of the day. I have an unparalleled work ethic. I will go toe-to-toe with anybody in regards to work. I oftentimes wonder where it came from. Then I start to realize, one, I ran a paper route from the time I was 6 years old to the time I was 18 years old. 6 to 18. Every single day of my life, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and the papers would be in my front yard. I would drag them into my house. I would meticulously fold and band every paper, put them in a gunny sack, and get on my bike. Every single day. Every single day, forever. I grew up in a very poor setting. We had nothing. And so it wasn't like I would have somebody cover my route when we went on vacation. You know, there were no vacations. There was just, you do what you got to do. So every single day I would do that. But every single day that I came back, every single day, and my dad would be sitting at the table when I got home at roughly 5:45 every morning. Every single morning, he would be there at 5:45. And at 5:45, I'd walk in, he'd be there, he'd have his coffee, and he would be reading. And so I always thought, well, that's interesting. And so for the first 3 to 4 years that I walked in on him and I saw him do this, I started to notice something, that every single day that I had walked in, he was reading the same book. Every single morning for 4 years. And I came to the reality at that point that my dad was illiterate and couldn't read. Because how in the hell can a man read a book for 4 years and not finish it? And so finally I looked at him and said, Dad, what are you reading? And he looked at me and he said, the Bible. I said, wow. And I thought, have you not finished it? He said, no, I read it every day, all the way through, and I always have. I said, why, Dad? He said, there's so much trouble in the world that I need to start my day with something that will give me a positive spin. He said, how I start it is how it goes. And so you look and you're going, now I see what guides this guy's thoughts on the first 10 minutes. So for me, the first hour of the day is a rudder. I watched it through my dad. I witnessed it through Beecher's comments. I think it's very true. And think about your practices. You know, I've had a billion coaches come up to me and talk about it. You know, a lady asked me once in North Dakota, she said, you know, and she was Eeyore. I swear to God, had she had a thumbtack with the tail stuck in her backside, Eeyore, 100% Eeyore. She came up and she started talking to me and I could physically feel the energy coming out of my body. She was like a life leech. And she said, Coach, my group right now is the laziest group of kids I've ever witnessed in my life. She said, they're miserable. I can't stand being around them. Every day is just a task. They don't want to work. They don't want to be here. I said, ma'am, can I ask you a question? She said, yeah. I said, do you like what you're doing? She said, what? I said, do you like what you're doing? She said, well, I don't, I do. It keeps my mind off of my mom. She passed away in October. And my husband left just in January. And, it just keeps my mind off of it. I said, does it? I said, does it? I said, because the way your life is rolling is directly impacting how these guys are going. I said, do you understand that if your best bet would be to step away for a while, get your stuff together, and then come back and let's get after it again? And she said, I never thought of it that way. How we approach it, think about it as if you teach, it's really hard to coach. Because sometimes you get it 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you've been through just a brutal day of teaching and you're mad, whether the administration's upset you or a kid in your classroom did something or you had to hammer something, and you walk into practice. You know, if you're a lay coach, you come in maybe off of a really bad day of work and you got to hit the brakes fast. Because I said earlier, this may be the only decent time in these kids' lives and you can't come in carrying baggage because that baggage is picked up immediately at the door by them. So that first 10 minutes is important. First drill should always have something to do with movement, energy, and it should be a celebration. We celebrate the game by playing. You saw these little girls out here. They're playing 3-on-3. A minute you walked out, they're playing 3-on-3. I didn't see them go into a circle pass drill. I saw them going 3-on-3. We want to celebrate the act of playing. And so every drill, every start should have it. Always force them to concentrate, physical and mental preparation. I want my guys to think. I want them to think. And we will go, when we go through it, I always give them a thought for the day. But I need them to mentally be prepared as well. How many of you guys coach high school? Yeah, does this ever blow your mind? These cats were just together in 7th hour. You're aware of that, right? And then they come into the gym and they're hugging each other like they haven't seen each other for 6 months. Like, you guys just had Spanish together, clown, right? You kind of got to get them going. And so for me, I let them do all of their thing before I get in. 7 o'clock, it's mine. 6:55, you do you. They'll do their own warm-up stuff. They're in charge of their stretch. I incorporate, let them do their thing. But the moment they come in, we're going to mentally and physically prep. Have a menu in those first 10 minutes. I'm going to show you some games that we play in the first 10 minutes just to give you an idea. But you have to have a menu. It can't be the same thing every day. That's why I said the McRib. I will tell you this, one of the craziest things I've ever encountered. I did go to Canada and they had the McLobster. They did have the McLobster. I think it was a kind of a cheap knockoff of the lobster roll, but I thought that's unique. I didn't try it. There's no way in hell I would eat seafood on the McLobster. But you can't only sell cheeseburgers, and so you're going to have something rolling. And you got to have a menu for that first 10. Now, here's the way I think it should go. Does that mean you have to? You'll see on a sheet that I have later that has It was a practice plan, and it was our young coaches. And Scott, you guys may mess with it. You'll see it in there. It was literally a practice plan, and then I made notes for that coach on why you say this. And I broke it down in the first segment, second segment, third segment, and I went through the year. I gave you guys the first segment. So we need to be on the same page. Bobby Knight, they always told, I coached about 7 kids whose fathers played for Bobby Knight. And they have some of the greatest stories. Some I can tell, some I cannot. Never the language. But Bobby Knight was, if you remember, the old guys will remember, was one of those guys that was the bike coaching short guys where they had the clipboard and they would tuck it in the backside of their pants. I never understood why coaches did that. It looked highly uncomfortable, but that's it. But Knight would have his practice plan written, but he would tuck it on the backside of his pants like this. Well, Knight started getting really upset one day. They told me that one of the guys, Lyndon Jones, was winning every sprint. And he would win, he would go all out. I mean, it was incredible. He was dominating the drills. And Bobby Knight was talking one day, the assistant coach went to him, he said, Lyndon's watching your practice plan. He said, what? He said, Lyndon's reading your practice plan, which evidently was top secret for Bobby. He said, he's going behind you, he's stealing, he knows exactly when to push it and exactly when there's going to be a relaxed drill. He knows when water breaks are coming, Bobby. He's stealing everything from your plan, one of his players. So the next day, Bobby Knight simply wrote on there a couple of really quality words and exactly how hard this kid was going to have to run for the next 50 minutes. And they said he stuck it in his back, and the kid walked around the backside. He said the kid was standing there and all of a sudden looked up at everybody, and Knight said, oh yeah, and he fixed it. He made the kid run forever. But why does it have to be a secret? I saw the board right away. Why a secret? Well, you got the secret recipe to Kentucky Fried Chicken or something? Why do we have a secret? We need to all be on the same page. If you ever remember Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat. Alice is walking by and said, I think I'm lost. Cheshire Cat said, where are you headed? She goes, I'm not sure. He said, then you're fine. You're not lost. You keep going. You're good. We got to have a plan. Now, I want my guys to know exactly what I want to get done. So 3 things. I break mine out. If you're a high school coach, you could break it into 5 segments, and I did that. As a club coach, I play 2 out of 3s. So I break everything into 3 segments. Everything I do is in 3 segments. Everything I do is game. And we'll talk a lot about that. Focus. I open practice every day. We'll all be right here, and I'll look, and I said, here's the focus for the day. And I can tell you, 1 is always first contact skills. Ball control, first contact skills, serve pass. 1. 2 is the skill set I really want to work on hard that day. Maybe it's out of system play. And I'll tell them, we're going to work hard on out of system play. Second phase is going to be all about out of system play. 3rd, compete. We always talk about competing. And I'll tell them those 3 things, whatever the focus, this is what we're going to hone in on. So the practice would look like that. That whole first segment is really a lot of ball control stuff. We'll go to water. Second segment is all about whatever I'm focusing hard on. We'll come to competing, and we compete that day in all drills that emphasize what I worked on as my focus. So I'll tell them, that's our focus. Notes, got to keep them in the loop. So I may look and say, notes, we play on court 46 on Saturday. Be there at 7 a.m. Not 7:02. Be there at 7 a.m. dressed and ready to go. And I'll give them the notes for the day. Thursday night's practice is canceled, so make sure you're aware of that. Notes. Then I'll give them a quote. You got to set the mood. I don't know. Sometimes I'll give them thoughts, like about this, or a quote. Don't suck. There you go. There's your quote. Get motivated. But I give them a quote just to make them think a little bit about what we're doing. And then, you think about it, that's kind of what your pregame should be. Think about your pregame. You're getting ready to play an opponent, high school or club, and I look and going, okay, I'm going to give you 3 things because I can't give you 40 things to work with. 3 things. We're going to have to win the serve pass battle, bottom line. Watch number 12. She's a beast. She'll kill us. You got to slow her down. You will not stop her, but slow her down. And 3, sell out. Pregame. That's pregame talk. I gave you the notes. Be aware of this. We're going to start warm-ups at this time, whatnot. And then we end on a thought or a quote. Same as a pregame talk. So you're literally practicing pregames every practice if you're doing it right. They got to be done the same over and over again. I think that is really one of the places where we're mixed up. Sometimes coaches will come in, and it makes me crazy. Some guys won't have anything written down. I think that's a big mistake. I really do, especially when parents are involved. I had a coach that had his plan on his phone every day. And I love the fact that he had a plan. You know what I hated? That I had about 15 parents bitch at me every month that he was on his phone all the time. He wasn't on his phone all the time, it was on his phone. So I had to say, Randy, just print it off. Just send it to me, I'll print it off. So you can have something here. Because this means you're in charge. This means there's a plan. There's a method to the madness. That's what this means. And you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Compete. You know, I love the compete, played a good game versus worked a good game. You know, no one ever says you worked a good game. You played a good game. There's a derivation of pleasure in competing. First 10 minutes we need to compete because there needs to be a reason why they're thrilled to be in practice. Has to. And so it's all about working that mindset. You want to do it because you want to foster a competitive culture right off the bat. You got to do that. You got to let them know there's a difference between these guys playing 3-on-3 and what we're doing. You know, they were playing 3-on-3 and I'm sure there was no score. I want to play something where there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser, there's a defined element there. And we're keeping score in everything we do. And there's a scoreboard right there. And the last one, I don't know if you know this or think about this, and I will get into this in depth. It's really brilliant. The team that reaches 10 points first wins 83% of the sets in the game of volleyball. It's a true story. Mick Haley, I got to give credit where credit is due. The team that reaches 10 first wins 83% of the games in volleyball. So here's a mindset. I told you I'm not brilliant, but why wouldn't I practice every single day at the start of every single practice? Why wouldn't I practice getting to 10 first? If you told me they win 83% of the time, I mean, that's pretty good. We'll go to Vegas. Win 83% of the time, that's pretty good. Just so you know, the team that reaches 21st wins 92% of the time. But you do need to think in those mindsets. First 10 minutes, first 10 points. And you got to start to dwell on these things. And it's got to become uber important. It's a mindset when you feel it. It's a totally different animal when they feel it. You know, you're sitting there going, we got to get to 10, we got to get to 10. And that's not going to do you any good unless you're going to go out here and hit fours. You know, they got to understand, we got to get to 10. We got to get to 10. The other thing about it is attention deficit. Break the game down into increments. Just break it down into smaller increments. Playing to 10 now. We just rush to 10, exhale. We rush to 20, exhale. And I'll tell you even more how to break that down in a minute. But I think it's important to think that way. First to 10 minutes, work on getting the first to 10 first. If we win 83% of the time, I'm doing it. Enthusiasm. First 10 minutes. A guy wrote it, and it was really a neat thing. He had written a thing for his club about coming to our practices. And I read this thing and I thought, it was probably one of the most gratifying things I'd ever read, and it meant the world to me that he had written it. And he made reference. He said, he was talking to his club and his coaches. He said, if you ever really want to understand how this goes, he said, show up at this practice. And was talking about our practice, in particular, Samurai. He said, it's like a Broadway production. He said, everything is done. Everything is on the time. Everything is done with this just a mentality that reeks of excellence. He said, and every detail is crossed. Every time. He said, I've watched him every single time. Every single time it's a detail. My favorite practices ever are the ones where a kid looks at me and goes, we're done? And I'm going, that was a good one. That was a good one. You know, when I can go and somebody says, we're done, you know, it's spectacular. My daughter, the first time I had to take her to a dance thing, it's some kind of recital. And I looked at this thing, Scott, I looked at the lineup of dances, and I thought, oh God, dear God, this is gonna be horrific. I'm not that guy. You know, there's only so many times I can go, oh, cute. That's a neat outfit. And after about 3 of those, I'm ready just to leave. So I look at this and I'm going, ho, ho, ho. Kylie's class is first up. You know, I'm looking at all these other guys, see you suckers later. You know, so Kylie comes out, does her thing, and everybody's oohing and on, and everybody's taking pictures, and I'm just sitting there going, that's 3 minutes and 13 seconds of my life that I am done with. And I looked, I got done, I looked at my wife, I said, what are we doing? She goes, what do you mean, what are we doing? I said, Kylie's done. We're not staying watching these other kids, are we? She goes, she's in the finale. I said, what? She goes, oh yeah. 2 hours and 30 minutes later, I'm going, geez, Scott. You know, I'm just like, if somebody was selling crack, I was just gonna go get it. I can't do this. I can't do this, it's killing me. You know, because I tried, I really tried. But it just wore me out. And that's what I wanna make sure we're not doing. I wanna make sure that we're coming at it with an enthusiasm where everybody knows I'm here and this should be fun. This should be an opportunity. So you look at it, the attitude is the father of action. You want intensity, you create it. You want energy, you create it. These guys were out here silent, I had to remind them. Usually, I go with, and I don't know why I missed it there, I went with the chemical fire. You know what I usually go with? Helen Keller. And he tells me Helen Keller was a graduate of here. And I blew a perfectly good opportunity, but I made them talk. They didn't want to talk. I made them talk. You know, you want something, you create it. Don't wait for it to evolve because it's not coming. You want energy, you bring it. You bring it. Like the lady who was just mourning to death and suffering a divorce, and she's not going to bring it. She's got to get everything right before she can bring it. If you can't bring it, don't demand it. It's not fair. You know, I watch coaches do that all the time. If you don't have it, don't demand it from your kids. And if you don't have it, pick another hobby. And that's for your sanity and their sake. Nothing great was ever accomplished. Well, dentist office. Have you looked at dentist commercials lately? It's amazing. Every dentist commercial has this. They'll have these giant smiles and beautiful teeth. Everybody's kumbaya. You go in our place, there's a dentist office in Muncie, Indiana, that has a palm tree, for God's sakes, in front of it. Muncie, Indiana. And you're sitting there going, do they have palm trees? No palm trees in Muncie, Indiana. We're lucky we even have trees in Indiana. Palm trees. And then you walk in this place, my boys are going there to get braces. It was like a carnival. We walk in and they got a wheel you can spin for a gift. And I'm like, what? You know, because what was happening was the dental business was suffering like crazy because everybody associated the dental business with drills and screams and aches. Yes, no one wanted to go. So they changed their image and their approach to make it a little more tolerable. Here's a question. Do you think your practices are ever like a dentist office? You think there are kids that don't want to be there? And if they don't want to be there, that's on you. That's on you. It's easy to sit back and look and go, well, this kid, she just doesn't get it. How many times are we going to say that? Or these guys don't want it. They don't want it. You're supposed to tell them what they want in that sense. You got to show them what's there. Like I told these guys, you take care of yourself. A better you is a better us. Each one of those kids. I told all those little girls, a better you is a better us. If I want to get better, you got to start. But we got to make it a little different. If your practices, if you sit back and go, whoa, you know, that practice, they dreaded it. I watched a kid, this is a legitimate story. I watched a kid in high school one day. They announced in 7th hour there will be no girls basketball practice. And I thought, wow, okay, because of weather. I watched a little kid, she was doing cartwheels. As they released the classes, I saw this little girl doing cartwheels. She also was the point guard of the basketball team. She's doing cartwheels down the hall. I said, Lori, what are you doing? She goes, no practice. I thought, that would break my heart as a coach if my kids were celebrating like crazy. You know, my theory has always been the worst punishment I could ever give you is to not allow you to practice. That's it. That's it. You know, I had a little girl in our training the other day. She got her thumb blasted, and she's walking around holding her thumb, you know, and I'm kind of going, I'm looking at her. I didn't say anything, but the look, you were either going, did she jam her thumb or did she have pancreatic cancer? Because the approach was very similar. I'm going, I said, you all right, Charlotte? She said, well, I said, I don't speak that. Just say what you got to say. Slow down and talk. Well, she hit a ball and it hit my thumb. And I said, okay. I hope you get better fast because this is going to be a really good team. And man, I think if you're watching, you're probably not going to be out on the floor much. Mysteriously, she got healthy. Mysteriously. But, you know, I gotta make them aware of what's going on. And it's the first 10 minutes. That's the only chance you get to do this. But you got to go at it in the right fashion. Cover the clocks. Brilliant. Brilliant. That clock is my guide. You're aware of this. I love the setup of this building because that. I'm speaking in Montana, and I tell you right now, the place could have been the town that dreaded sundown. Because I'm doing a talk. I'm in the middle of this talk, and so there was a clock and a clock. And so I'm talking, and I'm going, no one was there to give me the old signal, and I'm looking, I looked up, and there was a towel over the clock. So now I'm sitting there, and you don't want to stop in the middle of a talk and go. So I'm sitting there, and I'm going, oh, wow. So I turn, and I look, and I catch a glimpse of a clock over here. I look, there was a towel over the clock. So I get done, and the lady hosting the tournament, she goes, I loved it, man. I loved every second of it. I said, yeah, I appreciate it. I said, I had fun. I hope it didn't go over. I couldn't tell what the time was. I said, both your clocks have towels over them. She looked right at me. She said, you like that? I said, no. I said, they're there so I can kind of keep track of the time, right? And she goes, no. I said, all right. She said, in practice, what was going on is I would be talking, and I noticed that all my kids were looking over my shoulder to see what time it was because they were all ready to go. And I said, and? She said, so I put a towel over the clock so they would never know what time it was. I said, that's great. Now you got, instead of just having bored kids, you got pissed off and bored kids. Because now they're irritated because they don't know what time it is. And they bother to look at the towel. I said, she goes, what do you think of that? And I said, I don't know. Why wouldn't you just come out and plan 10 really quick, fast-paced drills? Beat the absolute tar out of them. No one's looking for a clock when they're bent over looking at the floor. I said, and engage. Just engage. Come out and go get them. Come out and go get them. And she said, well, I never thought of that. I said, well, or cover the clocks. Cover the clocks by all means. And so the first 10 minutes is that. I do want to show you some drills that are coming. Can you get those, guys? So these are mainly free ball entry drills. And I will go back at the start of practice. You may want to dwell in free ball entry. You're going to get what you deserve, which is a mess. The majority are 6-on-6. We will start 6-on-6 a lot. You will note at the bottom, there are two things that we call leg days. There it is, leg day drills. Meaning, maybe we play in a Saturday tournament in high school, and this is a Friday, and I want to save legs a little. Does that make sense? Maybe we just got done with a long tournament, and I don't want to hammer legs. So the last two are leg day opportunities. You can breach any of these however you want. Throw me that bucket. Bring me that bucket over here real quick. Give me 6v6 real quick. Let's go. And I'll take that bucket. Thank you, my friend. 6v6. But there's no invitations. Go, go, go. All right. First one's 3, 2, 1, simple drill. You need to learn how to terminate quick. You need to learn how to terminate. Your kids need to learn how to go get it. I will go focus, note, quote, focus. We're going to work on whatever. Let's go. Let's go. Right when it starts, I fully anticipate this team to want to drill this team and vice versa. It's got to be important. 3, 2, 1, I'm going to enter a ball. If these guys score on their first contact, meaning when the ball's on their side, first time the ball's on their side, I'm going to give them 3 points. We'll play to 15. I'll give them 3. If they play it up, let's say they pass it, set it, and chop it over, they lose their chance at 3, but this is their first time now. So they get a chance at 3. So if they went up and blocked that ball on the floor, that is their first contact. I'm giving them 3. But let's say the rally extends. Now it's worth 2. Now it's worth 2. After that, anything after that, we're just playing for 1 point. But we're going to talk about just going and getting somebody. Here's the biggest issue with that. Setters. Setters are a lot like tea bags. You don't really realize how strong they are until you put them in hot water. One of the most prevalent things you'll see with setters is just not being smart enough to get out of the rain in tight situations. You got to teach them. So, for instance, I don't need you setting your best friend when we have to have points. And you got to identify who that person is. They need to know who their money is. It's important. You got to guide this. Somebody told me one time after a state championship that we were playing, I coached my daughter, and the guy said, man, it was such a beautiful sight. I saw you and your daughter have a beautiful moment together right before the end of the state championship. I said, Wes, what are you talking about? He said, no, it was right by the sideline, and you held her really close. He goes, and I was so happy for you. I said, Wes, that wasn't a hallmark moment. I told her if she ever set Klein again, I would kill her. And so she said something afterwards to Wes. Wes said the same thing to her. She said, I heard a bunch of cuss words and don't set Klein. I said, yeah, I don't need you setting your buddy. I want to go home. And so that's this. So if I'm a setter, who's my setter over here? Yeah, if I'm a setter here, here's what I would do first of all. You ready? You're the setter? I would probably come out of the back row because now I got 3 options because we're trying to win. No, I would flip. Yeah. So I want to put myself in the best position to win. Setters are judged by whether they win or lose. That happens a lot. So who's the setter over here? So if you win, you know what you say? I whipped your tail. Yeah, because you have to have the biggest impact on the outcome of the game. Fair? So you want to win. You want to look and figure out who is the best hitter in the front row. So as a setter, you need to learn early and often, trust your eyes. So if my best hitter is on their shortest blocker, I'm digging that. And if not, I'm going to find a way to get my best hitter in front of their weakest blocker. Look at them, look at you, and have a plan. So you need to figure out who the best one is here, and you need to feed the bear. 3, 2, 1 goes like this, and ready, you're going to talk right off the bat, right? We talked about this. I know. Go. Come on, go right away. Boom. Talk, go, 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 go. There you go. Right there. Playing for 2 now. Playing for 1 point. Go. You're just playing for 1. I like that swing. I like that swing, so they played for 1. If they score in the first, it's 3, and you're just going to kick balls. I'm not waiting. I'm going to go again. And it's free ball. It's make it, take it again. Make it, take it, and go. So that's 3, 2, 1. 3 if it's a kill on the first time through. 2, second. 1 on the third. Biggie Smalls, I did. 3 entry, fast. And I'll do it one more time just so you see it. So Biggie Smalls is the game I'm going to enter. Make it, take it to the winner. You're trying to score 3 little points in a row. I just need you to talk. And by the way, I love that swing. Go. Go, go, go. Right there. Right there. Play, play, play. Great talk. Go, go, go. There you go. Right there. Get low. Stay down. Get off the net. There you go. Handle the ball. Go. Cover, 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 cover. Get over here. I like that swing. That's 1 in a row. Go. Quick, go. One small for this group. Go get it. Set the cover. Talk to each other. too small, ball right here, go. And hold right there. And now it's one small here. So here's what I like. Your kids have got to learn how to play sped up, right? They got to learn how to think fast. I'm not going to slow things. If you notice, I'm kicking the ball in. I'm not waiting. This morning, these guys were kind of, whoa. Now all of a sudden they get it. They'll rise to your demands. You just got to have the willingness to demand. But I will tell you what I liked. 2 in a row. 2 in a row, you got to set your money. You got to set your money. Money over here is who? Who's the money over on this side? Yeah, right here. Right here. And my girl thought it out right away. She came up, there was no doubt. She's kicking the ball here. If we know the ball's coming here, though, what should the rest of you guys be busting your ass to do? Cover. Because if you all know she's money, you guys probably know she's money, right? And we go. But I need you thinking that way. And I need to put them into something where it's got to go fast. It's got to go fast. And that's how you want to go. That's how you want to play the game. So that's Biggie Smalls. Momentum, it's a very simple game. It's hard to score. So I'm going to put a ball in play here. If you score, the score is 1-0. I will give you a second ball immediately. If you score on that one, 2 in a row, I'll give you 2 points. Now the score is 3-0. I will give you a third ball in a row. You score there, the third ball is worth 3 points. It scores now 6-0. It'll go 10-0. It'll go 15-0. It'll go 20. It's over fast. And you look at his coaches, you're going, 7 balls are put in play and the game's over. It could be over. And if you've coached long enough, you felt that before. There's a million times in my career where I'm going, dear God, it's a score. And you're going, how in the hell is it only 9-3? I feel like I'm getting beat 27-2, and I feel like I'm getting killed. But momentum, and players need to know how momentum is stopped by somebody making a defensive play. Somebody's got to be gutty and just crawl in the belly of the beast to make a play. Defend. Momentum is also stopped by setters that are stupid. Stupid. And so I'll give you, Molly, I'm going to give you this. I had a kid. My kid on the left side was an All-American, was Gatorade Player of the Year, ended up going to USC, transferring to Wisconsin. Stud. Look in the dictionary, she's probably next to stud. I had a right side that was 6'4", that ended up playing in the Big Ten, was really, really good. Really good. I had a middle that was really a nice kid. She was a really nice kid. She was really efficient in front. She couldn't run a slide to save her life, but a nice kid. So we get in this game. We're playing like crazy, Molly, and you ready? Who do you set? You set, well, the left side was the All-American. Left side, right? Okay, that's who you set, yes? Yeah. Not stupid. The second was who? Right side. Who do you just go, I love you, baby, but I am never setting you? Yes, the middle. My girl set the middle. She not only set the middle, I stopped the drill. I thought, what are you doing, Madison? She said, well, Em hadn't hit in a while. I thought, it's not now. This isn't when you're going to put her on the dime here. I said, can I ask you a question, Em? She goes, yeah. I said, what is your worst set you hit? She said, the D, slide. I said, oh, that's beautiful. I said, I'm going to ask you a question, Madison. I said, I don't want you to hurt anybody's feelings, but in order, who's the best hitter? She goes, oh, Lauren, by far. I said, oh, yeah, I never said her. I said, who's the second best hitter? She said, oh, it's Tanya. I said, oh, yeah, okay. I said, let's just be honest, and all feelings aside, who's the worst hitter in the front row? She goes, Emily. I said, that's beautiful. Emily, can you tell me again what your worst set is? She said, the D. I said, that's beautiful, Madison. You just set the worst hitter on the front row, her worst set. I said, that's great math. That's great math, kid. Setters will kill things. And you can get mad. You can get mad. How many times you get in the car and go, what was she thinking? Well, she was thinking what you taught her. That's what she was thinking. She was thinking what you taught her. So if I look at Molly and Molly set somebody, I'm going, Molly, why in God's green earth are you not setting the right side in that case? Molly going, her good answer, Molly. Good answer, and let's get better. And now she learns. And in the match play, Molly comes up and she dishes the rock where it needs to go. Or we can rely on luck, fate, winning the lotto, or we can teach it. So momentum setters are in charge of getting points. Defenses are in charge of stopping. Momentum looks like this. Go. Kill it. 1-0. Go. 1-0 playing for 2. 1-0 playing for 2. Money ball. 3-0 playing for 3. Go. Go. Not stupid, Molly. 6-0 playing for 4. And hold right there. 6-1 playing for 2. And you'll start to see this. And my comment to Molly would be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke. And we just outsmarted it. I know what you did, and I like it. You got to help her out, though. If you don't want Molly to get yelled at, you make sure you score, and you'll get more sets that way. Yeah? Really nice job, babe. I love that. Just find the guy that's going to get you home. But that's momentum. It's quick. That game is done. You'll play 4 games in 10 minutes. And I just move people around. But you got to give setters a chance to play under pressure. Remember I said there's a difference between setting and being a setter. Setters have to know the game inside and out. They need to know who to go to. I think if I was going to make 3 notes for you on setting, 1, teach your kid to trust their eyes. What they see is real. And so if I've got no hitters in the front row, you better figure it out. If I've got 1 hitter in the front row, I've got to use it. I got to see my side and what I've got, and I've got to look over to the other side and see where they can hurt us. I watched to my boys' things. I'm watching my coach, and she's coaching, and they run 2 balls into the middle. It's this team from Arizona that had a 6'1" kid on the left, a 6'1" kid on the right, and a 6'10" kid in the middle. Oh, by all means, run into the mountain. Or make the mountain run after you. You know, I don't think you want to bring your offense into the belly of the beast. You want to move things out. And so as a setter, that's one of the things you got to do. You got to look and analyze. And if we did it in this slow motion setting, Molly, you'd be killing it. I want it to be super fast where you got to go on the fly and make decisions. So based on decisions, you may change. I may start one place and come back. Do you know what I'm saying? But I need you to learn how to think instead of griping that you don't. 5-4-3-2-1 is sometimes when we start practice with 5-4-3-2-1, people know that it's on. It is on. And it was the one I described, the 6 runs and 5-point game. It's on. And guys know right from that start. There have been practices, we've started with that, and it's been the closing game. Usually that's when I want to prove a point. You know, we're not screwing around here. We're going. And it's a tough game. It's hard. Ghost ball is my favorite. And you'll like it. And you ready? I'm just going to enter the ball. And so it could go like this. Go. And hold right there. Game over. So if we hit that ball out of bounds, Molly, I would say, okay, you guys go to the end line, you win. And you're going, what was the game? We were playing to 1. We were playing to 1. I'll just write on my practice plan what the number is. I don't tell anybody. We just play. And so if you don't know what the end of the game is, you're going to play hard at every point. We've played 1. I've played 53 before. We're going to play at 53. And they're the whole time kind of looking over like at the end of each rally. No. Just play hard to the next point. Maybe it's the next one. And we just call ghost ball. And so what happens is you understand. You saw right here. She didn't know what the rule was, but she's going, I got to get this point. That's what she was thinking. I love that. I love what you guys are doing. But it's a different mindset. If we play hard every single point, if we played, and how many times have you done that? Where you look and go, God, guys, if we would have just finished the game started the game like we finished, well, those last 5 points were phenomenal. Why couldn't we start it with those 5? It's oftentimes you're sitting there going, we didn't get what we need until it was too late. We got to go. Hell, I'll be honest, it's the only reason I keep golfing. God does this to me. I will have 17 miserable holes, just a really nice walk with buddies. And then all of a sudden I'll hit a shot and everybody's going, holy God, where'd that come from? I'm good. No, I'm good. You can't swing 115 times and not be good. I'm going. And so I'm going, all of a sudden I think that something's happening and my game is coming. Too late. You need to start. We need them to play every point like they matter. That's where you're winning me. I love it. I love that every point matters to you. You go home and get after it. 32 we did earlier, 3 guys on, 2 contacts. I will tell you, do you remember that game from earlier? Drop back again. Just half over here. You guys will go over here. You guys over there. Left back, middle back, right back. Somebody ready to come in. There you go. I need you to talk. I need you to just get after it. 3, give me a guy on. Quick. Don't volunteer to be off. If you volunteer to be off, you're volunteering to be on the bench. Go. Go. Get off. You guys get off. All 3 get off. 3 on. That's all right. Go. You'll get it out. There you go. You've only done it once in your life. Get on. Go. Right there. Go. 2 contacts. There you go. Get off. Quick. Go. Go. There you go. 32. And I will tell you, much better the second time than the first time, yes? Advice to you guys. You ready? If coach says, give me 3 on 3, be one of those 3. Be one of those 3. Don't be that guy that's willing to let somebody else take your place. Because if you're willing to let somebody take your place, then you should forfeit your parents' opportunity to complain about playing time. Because if you're standing out, you're just watching, yeah? And if you're practicing watching, then you should be very well suited for the bench. Fair? And you got to think this way. I talk to my guys all the time. If you don't want to get on the court, then you got to be on the bench. If you're on the bench and want to gripe about that, that's why God invented the bench. So people that bitch could have a place to sit. But if you don't like the bench and you still want to continue to gripe, that's why God invented this. And now you can pay to come and watch. Or you can just go, I'm going to be one of those 3 on always. Yes? That's it. And think about the message it sends. If I'm a coach and I look and you got to go, you go in. I'm playing you. I'm playing you. Isn't that what you're saying? She's better. You're better than me. If she's better than you, that's fine, but don't complain about it when you're not on the court. Does that make sense to you? And I think you're better than that. I think that's what we got to get better at. Compete. Spiral is a moneyball game. Shad Quick. Spiral was a game that we used to play when these first came out. So Spiral was cool. We had like 6 of these in our gym. We had 1 billion other balls and 6 of these. So Spiral was cool. I would pick up the Spiral ball and everybody knew business. Spiral ball. Now we have 1 billion of these and 3 of the other. But so Spiral is a simple game. Go 6v6. So you'll play regular volleyball, and we call it moneyball or spiral, so it looks like this to open practice. Go play it out, regular play. Go. We'll usually play to 10 or 15. That's 1-0, ball go. There you go, go. Talk and move. That a girl. 1-1, go. There you go, nice cut. That's a nice swing, sweetie. Go. I like the talk, Molly. There you go. And so we play, and let's say the score is 6-5. Molly's team's up. And I'll just call out moneyball. If this ball, I'm putting the ball in play for Molly. If Molly's team wins this point, they just get a point. They get 7. But if Molly's team loses it, whoever loses 5 points. This ball's worth 5 now. So let's say Molly's up 6-5, goes here, go. So if you win it, you just get your point. 7-5 Molly. But these guys just lost all their points. 7-0. And you're going, why moneyball? If you've coached long enough, you've undoubtedly sat on the bench and gone, this is the match. This is the match. You will literally sit there and go, we have to have this point. You do. It happens. As a player, you feel it. You're just going to go, we got to get this point. That's that one. So 5 points. If you win it, you just get the 1 point. But if you lose it, you lose all 5 points. You lose your points. And we usually play at the 15 or 10 right off the bat. And I want guys to value that ball. Because I want to be able to call a timeout at some point to you, and I want to be able to call that timeout and go, guys, we have to have the side out here. We got to get the ball back. And so I can't say that in a timeout if I haven't practiced it here. Because what I'm saying is, you got to score here. You're going to lose all your points, man. And setters think differently, defenders defend differently, right? But I can't yell. I can't yell at Molly and go, Molly, for God's sakes, we had to have that ball. What are you doing? Unless Molly has done it. And now Molly knows I know this works, right? Yeah. And I got to give her a chance. I can't yell at Molly if I've never taught Molly. That's not fair to her. And we do that, though, as coaches. We do it, and you can't say you don't. You know, what are you thinking, Molly? How old are you, Molly? 17? Yeah, 17. I'm 17, Mike. You know, what am I thinking? TikTok? Instagram? I don't know. What do you want me to say, Mike? No, I need to teach her what I need from her to be successful. I got to give her a chance to be successful. I want her to practice how the game ends. I want her to practice big points. I want her to practice all of that in the first 10 minutes of practice. Every night, I get a chance to teach something that they can now be held accountable for. If Molly and I know that we've talked about this, and Molly and I know that we've worked on this, then I can look at Molly in a match and go, Molly, you got to get me home, baby. You got to get me home. And you know exactly what that means. You know who you're going to. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And I think that those are things you've got to develop, and you can develop it in the first 10 minutes. I want them to go. Speedball. Go all of you guys all on a single foul line back there. You guys on a single foul back there. This is a leg day thing. It's also, we do it a lot for defense. Speedball is a really interesting game. It's a catch and toss game. So you're going to catch and toss. So there's no passing involved. Just catch it, toss it, get out. As soon as you throw it over, you get out, next guy comes in. You're going to catch and toss. This is not a cooperative game. You know what that means? You're trying to score. So I'm going to try to go after it. So you're going to catch, toss. You got 1 second, 1 Mississippi to get rid of the ball. So don't catch it and wiggle it around. No. You're going to catch and toss and go. So it looks like this. Go. Go quick. Get out of there. Go. 1-0. Go. Quick. Go. Quick. Get out of there. Get rid of it. Go. Faster. Go. Figure out what wins. Oh, that doesn't. Go. Here, go. Quick, go. There you go. Move. There, I'll take that. Go. Undo right there. Stop. No, I like that. The only way I would have liked that more is if you did throw that ball down in a fit of rage. You're starting to show, so you're starting to grow on me, man. I like that. So you look, it's any of you guys that are older, I like talking to the young guys about this. In the old days, that's when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Yeah, I know. In the old days, you'd play on the beach. In the beach court, 2v2 was this big. The beach court and the indoor court were the same exact size. That's true. And so in the old days, if you were a guy not fortunate enough to block every ball, you ran your little ass off forever in sand chasing down balls. And it was amazing because you knew that your entire defensive existence relied on you. And so right here, that's what we got going, right? You got 900 square feet and you're the only person that can play it. And so we learned that we just go. You know, that's why I really fell in love with the beach game. In the beach game, I only had to deal with one idiot. Indoors had 5 of them. And so I liked the beach game for that reason. But that's what this drill, this is about reading, right? You know what kids tell me all the time? They'll get done playing the game. They're going, you know what, when you throw it really short to a corner or really deep to a corner, it scores a lot. Really? 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 That's amazing. When you throw it in the middle the whole time, we just never score. Thanks, guys. I'll write that in my book. But they need to learn that. You can say it. Who cares? Until they feel it, it doesn't matter. We'll do that game one-on-one. We'll do that game two-on-two. Pull a second person up. Second person up. Same rules, though. One contact. You got to catch it and throw it. Both of you. And both would leave the drill. Two new come in. So you got to you can't throw it to each other. You throw it over immediately. So here's conventional wisdom. 2 people on the court, you should cover twice as much ground. Yes? 2 can cover half as much ground as 1 can because of the husband and wife qualities of the game. It is. It's true. Because when you get 2, you got to communicate. And when you got to communicate, if you can't, then 2 people cover half as much ground as 1 person did. When it was 1 person on, I'm going to go get the ball. 2, I'm looking, I'm waiting. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Go get the ball. It's my ball defense. If you ever want to just absolutely hear me at my finest, ask me, was that my ball? Just go get the ball. It's my ball defense. I'm going to go get it. Kids ask me all the time, who should take that ball? And here's what I would say. A ball lands between you 2. And they'll go, Mike, whose ball was that? And I'll go, the best player takes the ball. Whoever the best player is should take that ball. And if you look, oh, yeah, you're the best, then I got to find another you. And if you look and go, no, no. I want guys going. I want everybody to be the best player. We all have that potential, right? We just make bad decisions. We got to go. So 2 looks like this. After you throw it over, you go. Go. Throw it over and get out. Get out. Go. Get out. Get out of there. Get out of there. There you go. Go. There you go. Take some air off of that. Go. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. What are you doing? Get out of there, cheater. Get out of there. Everybody leaves. Everybody flushes. There you go. There you go. Find a spot that works. Now you're thinking. The other thing you could have done to help each other out, if you catch the ball, who's going to throw the ball? Who throws it? If you catch it, who throws it? You do. So what does she do? I'm going to give you a drop-down box. You ready? She stands and stares at you. That's A. That's option A. Option B is she claps wildly. C, she offers up information as short left, short right, deep corner. They both have fallen down, right? I'm going to go C. Yeah, so if you didn't handle the first ball, you're not out. You just got to teach. So let's see what it looks like. You ready? Go. Talk to her. No, I like that. You messed up because you were thinking, no, you're good, baby. She just, that's what happens when you have spaghetti at lunch. Go. There you go. Go. Talk to her, baby. You got to talk to her. Go. There, the girl. And hold right there. Yes. And so you got to figure out how to win the game. That is a leg day thing. I love that. I also liked how covert you were. Short. That's good. Good. I like sneaky. I'll take that. And so that's a leg day thing. We still work. I get my defensive play out of it, but we move. That's a 10-minute thing. First 10 minutes of practice, we go. We're going to go. We're still going to go hard, even though we're going to go soft. We're going to go lesser. We're going to tone things down. But I still want the intensity to be high. I just don't want the physical intensity and the physical beating to be as high. So we're not going to jump. You know, one thing about us, people don't realize, we get done in March. We play a tournament in March. We don't jump for another 3 weeks. We don't jump at all. At all. We do a lot of this. We do a lot of floor stuff. Just don't jump. We attack from the floor. Just not going to jump. But we still have the same intensity because we score it. Give me 3 guys inside the 10-foot line, 3 guys in front of the 10-foot line. Give me a single foul line coming right out of the middle back. So right here. Come right here. There you go. You're good right there. Come up there. There you go. You're good. 3 and 3. All right. One of the things that, I don't know what happened to it. In the old days, maybe it's what old guys just start to do. In the old days, there was a lot of shot making. Guys had really good control of finite moves. They would hit short shots. They could move the ball and make it go where it wants to go. That was a real big part of the game. We don't do that anymore. In fact, our games at the net are a little sloppy. So we're going to play a game called touch and go. This is a finite skill drill. It's also a leg day thing because it's not a whole lot of max jumping. So what happens as soon as you touch the ball, I'm going to enter a ball. As soon as you touch the ball, you're going to play it up. You'd like all three contacts because you're going to try to score. The court is 10-foot to 10-foot line. So anything outside the 10-foot line is gone. You can let that go. We're going to play the short court. You got to make smart shots now. You go up to try to rip it, you're probably not going to be successful. You got to try to score though. But I throw a ball in, say you're going to handle the first ball. To celebrate handling that first ball, you sprint your little butt to the end line, get back in line. As soon as she leaves, you come here. Say you pass it here. C's gone, Natalie's in. Anna, you play the ball, you're going to set her. You get out, you're coming in, and you play it that way. So we're going to constantly be moving. So as soon as you touch it, touch and go. Brilliant. Touch, get out of here. So it looks like this, all short court play, go. Get out of here, go, go, go. Get out of here, go. There you go, go, go. Get out of there, get out of there. There you go, 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 go. Work on this, fight it, fight it. There you go, 1-0, go. There you go. And so what you see, a couple things right off the bat that I'll hit on. A, you got to talk a lot more. The smaller the court gets, the louder your voice has to be because the ball's on you faster. The other thing is your contact and control has to be really immaculate or you're screwed. That's got to happen. The other thing you're going to see is some of your guys aren't playing real fast because they can't think real fast. So this is a processing thing. You saw, I mean, all those drills are processing things. You know, I throw the ball and you'll see, inevitably there's a kid that throws the ball and stand and continue to watch as it goes. No, get out of there. Same thing here. They'll just kind of spin around. You got to teach them slowly to speed up their level of play. So a little more talk, a little more plan. Think about where you're going to hit the ball. Go. Quick talk. Blockers, there you go. Be ready. Formulate a plan. Get out of here. Go, 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 go. There you go. Talk, 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 talk. Nice thought. I like the thought. Go. I like that. Go. Go. Go, 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 go. Play. Get out of here. Go. 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 Go, go. Take care. Make the play. So hold on. So hold on right there. If you could rethink that, would you have gone with that same shot? No, I probably wouldn't have either. What would you have done? Yeah, I would have just rethink it. And so one of the things I think I'd like you to think about as I close this, those first 10 minutes are a great opportunity to teach. So for that situation, I want guys, errors aren't bad. So that mistake is not a bad thing, see? It's not a bad thing at all. It's a bad thing. So you know who Steve Jobs is? You're directly connected to Steve Jobs, I almost guarantee it. Do you have an iPhone? Yeah, you and Steve Jobs are pretty close. So Steve Jobs, that's where he made it, man. He's the Apple King. Steve Jobs, pretty wealthy dude. Fair? Steve Jobs died very early, and he wrote a great memoir, and it was in reference to the absolute invalue of money and the absolute value of time. If you ever get a chance, you need to read it. It's a spectacular piece written by a man on his deathbed talking about what's really important and what's really not. So with that in mind, mistakes. C makes a mistake. If C just stomps off or laughs it off or just runs back to the end of the line, she has in essence done the rep and wasted time. If C goes back and tells herself, I need to make that adjustment or I need to take that ball over with my hands, if she actually learns from the mistake, it's not a mistake. It's just a correctable event. And so sometimes in this case, I got to stop and go, see, come on, baby, what would you do differently? In that first time, what would you do? And she tells me. And then I stop and Molly, what would you do differently, baby? Or whomever, what would you do differently on that play if you could? And inevitably, you'll have the right answer. But by thinking about it is now just an occurrence. It's not a wasted time scenario. So you got to allow them to teach. And so if we're doing that game, I'm going to look at C in the middle of the game and just say, C, how could you do that differently, baby? And I'm still kicking balls. And C will tell me exactly what I should have done this. You're right, babe. You're right. Let's fix it. I don't have to stop, but I can do that in the first 10 minutes. And C now has made a mistake, but it's not going to weigh her down because she knows now how to fix it, and she knows she's very capable of fixing it. But if I don't give her that opportunity, or I don't create an atmosphere where she can think for herself, then we're missing the point. We're missing a point. We're wasting time. You waste time, you'll never get it back. You lose $10, you'll make $10. You lose 10 minutes, it's gone forever. That water runs over the rock once. And so think about every one of them. Think about and fix them and go. There's no fatal failures. There's just failing forward. And so that's what I would want. And even in a fast-paced drill, that's what I want to do. And those are drills that we will run at the start of a practice. And it's just one drill, 10 minutes, go. Boom, 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 boom. I will tell you from historically, 32, speedball, and touch and go are their favorites. I will tell you historically, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the most hated drill in the world. It is, but it sends my message. Sometimes I've got to speak without speaking. But those are all examples. I will tell you, the key to it is how you start. It really is how you start. It's how you approach it. You come in and it's slow to start off with. Don't get pissed off when it's a slow practice. You get what you ordered. Fair?